After Airtel and Vodafone a few days ago announced tariff hikes, the latest one turns out to be Reliance Communication. The company has hiked prepaid tariffs by up to 20%, and this tariff hike will come into effect from the 25th of April. The prepaid tariffs have been hiked to 1.6 paise per second from 1.5 paise. We've got Karan Mittal, who's a telecom analyst at ICICI Securities, joining in with his take. And Karan, we've seen the large incumbents in the sector moving price hikes, being taken place by just about everyone. Pricing power back in the industry?
Good afternoon, Megha. I think, yes, we've seen this kind of price hikes or discounting and curbing in discounts for quite some time, probably about 4 quarters now that the process really started. And the ARPMs have also improved significantly since then. But then you need to continue doing this till about you realize a significant upside on your ARPMs, because till then the margins would remain subdued. The good point is that even though the industry players had or probably the market participants had a fear that probably Reliance Jio is launching, so the competition will intensify again, and players will not be able to raise prices. But then this kind of activity is quite heartening from all the incumbent operators.
Karan, this price hike notwithstanding, RComm has seen a slew of news over the last few days, be it those pacts with Rel Jio or otherwise. What's your view on the stock now?
See, RComm has always been in news for, trying to reduce its debt burden, and that's the largest overhang on the stock, be it the property delinking that they were trying to do from their core business, or, several other deals with Reliance Jio. But then the concern remains that, the actual monetization is not really been seen as of now. So till we get a good, actual visibility in terms of how the money will come in and how the debt will reduce, I think the overhang will remain. Notwithstanding that, but then overall realizations, now that they've been improving in the overall industry, I think all the telecom operators do look attractive at this point in time. But RComm, because of the debt, probably we currently also have a hold rating on the stock. So we'll probably not focus more on RComm. We rather prefer Airtel and Idea.
But what could be the big trigger, Karan, for RComm, if at all? I know you're focusing on the other two, but somehow since they've raised the tariffs today, I just want to focus a bit on RComm. What could be the big trigger for that one?
So the trigger for RComm would obviously, as I mentioned earlier, would be the reduction in the debt. So once, they have announced several deals or roadmaps for the reduction of debt, but then once the money starts flowing in, be it the securitization of Reliance Jio 12,000 odd crore deal, or be it listing the property business as a separate entity and probably paying off some part of debt or transferring debt to that entity, so that's when the trigger would come in for RComm.
Right, and Karan, we are of course in the midst of the earnings season as well. So just a quick word on what might we see from the three telecom biggies, in terms of revenue growth, in terms of ARPU growth as well in the coming quarter.
We're expecting about say 3% subscriber growth for our operators, and that should translate into a equivalent amount of a slightly lower amount of volume growth. But then since we are kind of seeing a good hike in the ARPMs as well, probably the MOU per subscriber might decline. So which means the ARPU may not expand significantly, but yes, the margins are expected to expand by about say 50 to 80 basis points across operators. So maybe we can see a YOY top line growth of 10%, but then we're expecting EBITDA to increase by about almost 17%. And obviously, since you may not have the currency pressure this quarter as the INR has appreciated, we are expecting a good almost about 40-43% PAT hike for all the three telcos in our coverage, with Airtel and Idea leading the pack.